We're here at Thornton Abbey, where we've been working since 2011. We've been excavating trenches across the medieval precinct, and we've been finding the sort of buildings you might expect to find in a medieval abbey, such as the church and the cloister, but also other more unusual buildings, such as this hospital here. But sometimes you excavate things that you totally don't expect. Last year, we started excavating a trench right here. We were expecting to find a large medieval building, but instead, to our complete surprise, we found a huge medieval mass grave, a big rectangular pit containing rows of women, men, and a large proportion of children. There are very, very few medieval mass graves that are known throughout England or even Northern Europe. So in this location, it's a completely unique find. Although we're still working on this, it's very early days, we're beginning to get some idea about why this mass grave is here. It's radiocarbon dated to the 14th century, and it's perhaps no coincidence that's a period when the Black Death was sweeping across Europe. When we've finished digging here at Thornton, we'll take all the skeletons back to the laboratory. There it'll be possible to study them in detail and actually determine through DNA analysis whether they actually died from the Black Death.
Once skeletons are returned to the lab, we start properly learning who these people really are. And we do this by identifying whether they're male or female, or children or adults. And then we start to investigate the diseases that they may have lived through, such as metabolic diseases like rickets, scurvy, or degenerative changes to the skeleton. However, for conditions such as plague, which are lethal, we have to go to ancient DNA analysis to investigate that further. And we hope from using this combined approach of osteology and the chemical analysis that you'll get a proper idea of who these people were, how they lived, and why they ended up buried as they were at Thornton Abbey.
One of the things we're doing here at Thornton is to use the latest and cutting-edge technology to try and streamline our work. So we're using iPads to make to speed up our recording system that had previously been done on paper. We're using the GPS to 3D locate every one of the finds that we bring out of the ground, and we're using photogrammetry to create 3D models of our trenches. So when we're off-site, we can actually interrogate those models and do the things that we didn't have time to do necessarily on-site. One of the benefits also of the 3D modelling, in terms of 3D modelling the finds, the trenches and the landscape as a whole, is it's an amazing way to communicate that information to the public. So people who didn't have the opportunity to visit while we were here, they can actually see what we've been doing.
While skeletons are interesting, they just represent the end of somebody's life. And actually what we're interested in as archaeologists is the life they led before they died. One of the ways we can connect with that is through the everyday objects they left behind. One artefact we found yesterday was this little pendant. It's a towel cross, and it was found in the hospital building just over there. This was a pendant that was used by some people as a supposed cure against a condition called St. Anthony's fire. This is, in modern day science, is probably a variety of different skin conditions, but this would have been an effective form of medieval healthcare. Before we came here, this was just an ordinary green field, grazed by sheep for hundreds of years. But like many fields across England, as soon as you take away the turf, layers of history can be revealed by archaeology.